Hello everyone and welcome back to Adjacent with Jace, the tabletop interview review show for the Adventures in Thoria, brought to you by the Black Tower Stories. I'm your host, Jace. And with me tonight, left, right, end the fight, striking monsters with his might, pop, pop, make you drop using key points till you stop. This Otter is a bother, so he hit him like his father using spells that you were casting from a nature god's blessing with a little multi-classing all the problems you're addressing. From a ship's bow to casting spells now. When Gorbeck dove, it led to the grove. Now you're here taking on your fear, but relax now. You're but a tree stride away, so just think about something that your mom would say. Hello, Ari.
Hello. Oh, that was good. That was good. I'm gonna give you that one. Except throwing punches like your father. Like, what is that? What was that?
Fodder.
Fodder. Oh, I was like your father. Okay, that's aggressive. I didn't go through abuse like that.
We don't know any stories about your father, so maybe he's would have sent you off to boarding monk school.
The monastery?
No, yeah. The monastery.
Basically.
Mom is scary. It all makes sense.
Mom is not scary. Yeah, she is.
She's
scary.
a druid.
She's a druid, and that makes her even more intimidating now because, yeah, all the things she could have done,
What if she's like put those otters against you, to toughen you up? Like, hey, I got you some friends, and you're like, how do you not be friends with these otters? Like, they bit me.
Wow, there's some unpacked trauma there, I'm sure. I might have to work through.
I mean, as a child, did you see any other animals around the house, or was it just those
This
otters?
wasn't at the house. This was at the monastery. We did a field trip.
It's like you went to the zoo, only it's nature. The outside world's scary.
Absolutely.
Anyway, we kind of skip past it. Thank you for coming on, Ari. I love when you come on. How you doing?
Good. I'm good. Tired, but I am good. I'm excited to be here and excited to figure out what kind of Otter questions you're going to ask me, because I feel like I set myself up for this last episode. So we'll see.
It'll be utterly adorable. I think I put the notification that was sent out a couple of Otter puns that are pretty stupid. Low bar for me. But we'll be talking about the last session of Gorbek's Gifts and Life Lessons, where we all just kind of continue to pile on Gorbek for good reason. Not until we find a cliff and he chooses not to jump off of it. I feel like it's safe to just keep reminding him.
Yeah, even then, we've got a lot of trust building to get back out of Gorbek, but that's part of the adventure. There wasn't really a lot of trust in the beginning. Maybe this is just like starting over, ground zero.
Like, we keep Caleb. Gorbek is just kind of there.
And I wouldn't get rid of Gorbek. Gorbek is too funny. Like, to be honest, like I play a very like stern, I don't like this kind of character. But there are times where I literally have to lean off screen and just be like, I cannot handle what Bevo is doing right now. So no, I would not get rid of Gorbek. I would be sad to see if Gorbek does leave or die. It would be of his own volition, though.
Yes, it will be completely. He still leads through Deadpool based solely on the fact that he will die outside of combat. Probably when everyone else is asleep. And we just won't know. Go wandering off and won't find them. We'll just find a body in the morning. You shouldn't have eaten those berries.
Shouldn't have. You could ask me. I'm a druid thing. I can figure that out now, I think.
Could you?
I could.
I'm going to ask you to roll a nature check.
Oh, that...
yeah. Or is it survival? Yeah, roll both.
Roll both?
Yeah. We'll figure out if you like, this is not poisonous, but...
Well, I will tell you
we'll
right
give
now...
you severe diarrhea.
I will tell you right now, my survival is way better than my nature, because nature is intelligence-based. Mm-hmm. And I will tell you, I am not the most intelligent. I'm wise, but not the most intelligent.
He goes by the wind.
But I rolled a 19 on my nature.
Okay.
And then on my survival...
I want survival to be real low now.
It's an 8.
Okay.
So, we would have...
You find two berries that look very similar. You know one is deadly as fuck. The other one, not very good.
Pretty tasty.
Which one is which? Makes a very good tea. The other one, horrible poison.
It's fair.
Hey, Gorbek, come taste some berries.
I need you to eat both of these berries. He's already, like, he drank what was it, that weird potion that had the toenail juice in it?
I drank that, but I knew what it was.
What did he drink that was, like, horrible? Like, there was something that he drank that, like, almost poisoned him, and I cannot remember what it was.
He drinks a lot of milk. I know that. I don't know. Keeping up with the crazy is hard with him. Anyway, we've got questions piling in. I got questions set up. Around 30 minutes in, we'll show that clip for Gorbek's Lost Days. As a reminder, that will be airing next Tuesday, as we will not be having our regular scheduled program. And the following, Adjacent with Jace, will be a very special one, because it's going to have those people on. But on to the first question. I'll kick it right to myself, because Tater cheated and put his own question in there before we went live. So I'm going to go read my own question real quick. Let's scroll down to where it was, because my intro is on the top of it. Anyway. There it is. With the fight a few sessions ago, we've talked about this with other people on. How worried were you? At what point did you like, oh, thank God? Or it's like, oh boy, I really hope hobgoblins don't keep piling out of these tunnels.
So I will let you know I had already decided to re-roll a character about halfway through that fight. Um, I was looking at some backup characters and being like, how can I fit this into the storyline that we currently have? Because there is a good chance that a majority of us aren't going to make it out of this fight. So I was pretty concerned,
Just
and
see you rolling a
I,
handful of d6s. Like, what's this guy going to be?
yeah, I was like, I wonder what this is going to be. All right. Um, but yeah, no, I got incredibly concerned when I had to use my key points for defensive measures more than healing measures. And so at that point, that lowered my like healing effectiveness by like 40% because I had
You
used
only
two
have
key
three of them.
points. Yeah. So yeah, that's when I was like, okay, no, this is bad. And I don't know how we're getting out of this because I didn't have enough hit points to go and fight the monk, and I couldn't get in range of anybody without like immediately the threat of going down, and I did go down. So yeah, that was a interesting time there, sir.
That very difficult 4 hour long fight. But yeah, we survived. I think everyone had that same thought. It's like,
Barely. And
mm.
yes, yes.
So I will now go to an actual question from the chat that I kind of want to skip the Tater ones just to be an asshole, but he is a moderator, so I'll be nice to him. A question for Arthur. How is Arthur? Now that he's leaving the home of his mother, do you hope to see the return to the Inner Mountain?
That's interesting. I feel like I got some questions answered during that trip to the Grove, but I left with even more. I was, as I said, like in the middle of the campaign, or as Arthur says in the middle of the campaign, his mother never used any druid magics around him that he saw. And so, not having any idea what my mother's background was, her involvement in the druid circle, and all of that was very interesting, but also makes Arthur want to go visit his mom, which he hasn't done in a long time either. So that might be interesting.
Just kick open the door. Mom,
Mother!
we gotta talk.
But the
Look like
second
a
part
new
of that,
Miss McWater move.
the shape water. Um, but to return back to the Inner Mountain, I definitely think at some point or another, Arthur is going to have to go back. Um, and I think it's kind of crucial for him to visit other druid circles because nobody in the party is a druid. So he has no way of learning outside of finding someone like him. So that I think that'll be good. I feel burdened with a lot of questions, but I also feel a little bit of relief knowing that there's some additional history to my mom.
You can ask Caleb again, and he'll just tell you the nerd answer, and you're like, but how does that work for me?
Yeah, so I learned about the weave.
How much does
Um,
Arthur retain of that? Just
actually, like
cram this
to be
tome of knowledge into your head.
to be fair, I feel like Arthur's recall is really good. It's just sporadic parts of the recall. Like, oh, okay, well, what do you know about magic? Circles, rings, druid stuff, nature stuff. I get the point across. It's just very, very hit or miss.
We keep going to things that involve circles and rings, and
That's very problematic. Very problematic because
confusing.
Arthur's like, well, what kind of ring is this? Is this a ring of spells? Is this a druid ring? Is this a circle, a druid circle? Or is this one of those power level things?
I got a
Or is this
magic
where you all
ring,
gather together?
which is not the same magic ring they're using. It's a magic ring that's on your hand.
And so, like, are you a booyah booyah booyah, or do you just booyah? Like, where are we at with all of this magic right now?
You know, like other languages and different words for it. On to another question, I guess. With both, question for both of us, with the Lost Days airing the next 2 weeks, what are you both going to do during your free time? I have a question. Is that free time in game, or free time like you don't have to be here doing this?
I'm assuming it's the we don't have to be here. But but I know you have to be here because you're our producer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to relax and watch the story and figure out what exactly happened to Gorbeck while he was gone. And then rest. Like, just kind of chill and kind of go to sleep afterwards without feeling incredibly anxious about whether or not I messed up in this last episode.
Oh, God. Oh, I didn't die. Cool.
Didn't die, so it's good.
I have to be there, so I'll still be playing it. But I don't have to be on camera, so I could be completely nude.
It was, honestly, I did have to put on pants for this. I was comfortable, and then I was like, oh, I have a Jason with Jace. I love a Jason with Jace, but I actually have to put clothes on, so that's unfortunate.
The pants are optional. We never see the below the waist.
Yeah, but you never know when you have to hop up and do something, and then, you know, like, I would much rather be prepared.
Showing off your monthly underwear subscription.
From MeUndies. We're not sponsored, but if you like MeUndies,
come on,
you should
sponsor.
do it. Come on, sponsor us. All right.
On to another question. This one's for Izal. Are you jealous of Gorbeck has a cooler trident than you? It's like, I mean, cooler. How many pinstripes and spinners are you going to put on that Pinto? I don't care. A trident's a trident. They stab the same. And I have more tridents than him. So, ha. And at least I
So
don't
you're
get my
a
weapons.
quantity over quality kind of person.
Yes. Also, the quantity outweighs the quality because they're being used by someone who knows how to use it.
But like,
he's got
Gorbeck
teeth.
is
I bet he's
Gorbeck's a tavern brawler.
He's gonna cut himself on that stupid thing more likely than
that is also true. But you can't say Gorbeck doesn't know how to use it. Gorbeck's pretty much proficient in everything.
Yeah, that's because if it has weight, it'll do damage. It's not proficient with it. Like, he throws a rock. Congratulations. I think I do more damage throwing a rock as well, and I'm not improvising with it. It's just a rock.
You have a higher strength.
Yeah. Improvising requires strength. I'm not jealous of it. Besides, it's got.
I hinted a little bit of jealousy. It sounded like there was metal.
I want to go get mine decorated. That's true. Kind of wanted that net trident combo. Can't use it.
You have to have two hands.
I mean, I want a net to add it to my plethora of weaponry I have.
I would say I would give you the one remaining net that I got, but Gorbeck actually gave that to me and was very nice about it. So I think I'm going to keep that one.
You can make a hammock out of it.
God.
Hammock?
Just put it like a hammock and then tie it up on both sides and put the bedroll in the middle of it.
You can put it like against a tree and use Druidcraft to make the tree grow around it, so it's like a hook. You just hang it there.
Yo, that's actually a really good idea.
Druid
we'll
hammock.
Probably use that.
On to another question. Question for Arthur. Why hug instead of a punch? Also, do you think you would have ended up in the Druid Grove if Gorbeck didn't lead you there?
Why hug instead of a punch? I'm assuming you're probably referring to the moment that we saw Gorbeck. That's the only... that's the only time that I've hugged somebody in game, so I would assume that's probably where we're headed towards. There was a stream of emotions that happened during that period of time, and I didn't know what condition Gorbeck was in, and I also didn't want to make it worse. And this was literally us spending days to find Gorbeck. So there was that sense of relief that Arthur felt of being like, okay, great, he's here. I can get the hell out of this mountain and go do something else. But also like, okay, cool. Caleb's not going to be a sad boy. Red doesn't lose his entertainment. Gander and these all, they're kind of just like, okay, whatever. But Gorbeck does have a relatively major impact on the team. And so seeing that and knowing that he didn't die is also a big relief to Arthur. So he hugged him instead of punching him. But after recent events, probably should have punched him, but it's okay.
You'll just stock that one in the bank. Like,
Yeah, we're gonna put that in the
he'll get
pocket.
punched eventually.
We're just gonna put that in the pocket for now, but
Charge up the
we'll probably
punch.
get there.
I have a question for you. Who goes evil first, Gorbeck or Caleb?
Okay. I honestly think Gorbeck would go evil before Caleb, just because Gorbeck has already started showing signs of evil. Caleb has the book. We don't even know about the book talking to him. We just know that he's been talking to himself. So I feel like this is like a slow roll. Like you're getting tainted over a period of time. Whereas I can't remember the goblin god's name. Gugubliek can just pop up at any point in time whenever Gorbeck is casting a spell, which is quite frequent. So I would say Gorbeck. It's my vote for that one.
Yeah, fair. Especially if it's based off how much spells you cast, because he's gonna cast spells and just go fucking crazy. I think it's an interesting twist though, because we don't know anything about Gorbeck. Like, he's a bard, so he gets his magic naturally, kinda
ish.
But
yeah.
He learned from a wizard. That's odd.
So we did learn a little bit about Gorbeck previously. We had like a brief conversation with Caleb in the non-existent hut of the small ears that we kept thinking there was like a full room. It was literally just
three rooms against the wall, the wall of like a mountain. Like, I'll just go into the kitchen. It's like this thing. You could reach each end of the wall. Dude. This is not absolutely. Even a hut.
Yeah, so we got a little bit of character development from there, and found out that he had a pretty interesting past. So it could be that he's always had these abilities and he hid them away because he was trying to turn a new leaf, and then now they're starting to eke out as he starts to grow. So that's what I think.
Look at the chat taters saying that Volred, easy first pick. Second pick, Gander.
To go evil? Like, out of everybody in the party? Oh, yeah, most definitely going to be Gander is my first pick on that. He's shown some signs of, like, extreme anger and just, like, resentment. And it'd be super easy to flip that coin to the evil side. I feel like Red is probably the nicest person out of all of us. He's just misled in a lot of the ways that he talks, and you don't realize it because he says mean things, but he means really good by them. So Red is really like my last person that I would say would go evil out of everybody in this group.
Like the comment says, he's constantly drinking to keep the beast at bay. He's just hammered. If he ever gets sober, he's just a monster.
It's over. Oh, that sounds familiar.
Sober and it's over. Striking the core on that one. On to another question. Arthur, do you hate Otter's IRL?
Actually, no. I don't hate Otter's IRL. Funny thing is, I've known Momad for quite some time, and I know that he has I'm going to say a fascination with otters, even though it leans very heavily to an obsession.
Oh, it's obsession.
And I didn't know that Momo would be a moderator for our game, and I actually picked Otter Lutrophobia as like a character quirk for my character, but then Momad was a moderator and then became just this running gag of how can I piss him off as much as possible while maintaining my character.
Slander the good name of otters just to piss off the moderator.
Just a little. The moderator made some decisions early on in their modding career that was geared towards me because of some small mentions of my phobia. So now it's just a game for me internally, so it's good.
On to another question. Do you feel Arthur has made steps towards getting over his lutrophobia, or will he just go back to before now that Andy is gone?
I feel like exposure is key for Arthur.
To expose yourself as much as possible, Arthur.
Just constantly. I think that talking to Indy helped Arthur a little bit. You don't overcome a phobia in one day. So there's going to be some, I would imagine, some progression, but if you pop just another otter up at me or otten at me right now, it's not going to look like I progressed at all in any way, shape, or form.
You're
So
okay with one Auden. Just
one
one.
for a short period of time.
To the level of like maybe I'll let them come in my house to get a glass of water, but like they're not staying
Oh
long
yeah,
to
you're
get
not
a glass of
here.
water.
Yeah.
Go stand on the
Mm-mm.
porch and drink it.
Yeah, no. It's genuinely a fight or flight kind of thing. If I can run away from the otten or otters at this point in time, I will do it. If I can't, then I have to fight them. And
You
there's
throw
no middle
hands.
ground right now.
Throwing hands. On
Yeah.
to another question. Hopefully, we're done with the otter stuff for a while. Although I have asked my questions based on otters, so
Let's say
these are
you
all
have
for
like
the
a whole otter questions, I'm sure.
these are all from the just the chat. Question for both: if you were to have to gift the crew, a la Gorbek, what items would you get the rest of the party, and why?
Ooh, I didn't think about this.
I would get Arthur a new staff, and I would just put a dwarven rune on it. It just says like good luck or strike true, and just try to get the whole thing, like the mentality of like it's got to be the stick out of it. Just get the different stick in there. Just have like a lightning bolt on it, or it was painted red to go faster. I don't know. Volred, alcohol. Let's get him a bottle of alcohol. That's some cognac. He's easy to get. Maybe 2 bottles to really get him one. He's like, oh, thank you. Get him a second one immediately afterwards. Like, well, blow his mind.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Gander, strange rock. I don't know. He's one of those nerds. I don't get him a lot of gifts. I just kind of kept his gift was him staying alive in our travels. Caleb, a book. I'm sure he likes books. I can pick out a nice book. And Gorbek, something from an animal. Like kill something and get him like a tooth. That seems pretty easy. I think it's everybody. I'm not getting Ziggle anything. I'm gonna give him the gift of freedom away.
We literally, as soon as now that we're back towards the town, Sickle's got to go. I am not adopting another small creature. I'm not doing it. I refuse. Okay, so let's think. Izal. What would I get Izal? Ooh, no. I know what I would get Izal. I personally, once I figure out what Izal's type is, in game, because I haven't seen Izal technically flirt with anybody in game at this point in time.
I always do it away from everybody.
But I would get Izal a concubine for the night because Izal seems like that's the one thing that she gets her thrills out of, besides killing things. And I don't want to put us in danger right now, so I would get a concubine. For a gander, I would actually get him like tinkering supplies. He has like a kit, but like find him some like cool metals or stuff that probably are like indigenous to like a certain realm or a certain area, and just kind of let him go crazy with that. For Calum, see, Calum's hard for me because I don't want to just get him another book. Like, he has books. That's what he does. Ooh, I would get him a book. Actually, it would be How to Raise Your Goblin Child 101. So that way he can figure out how to handle Gorbek better. Yeah, that's what I would do. Gorbek, I would get. I feel like I would get him like a nice ornate dagger because Arthur has seen him pick up daggers and like go after daggers and try to find like daggers. So I feel like something super nice has like, I don't want to give him no evil dagger because my luck, I would give him a cursed dagger or something and he'd go Biek, whatever. So a dagger there. Who am I missing? Am I missing Red? Yes. For Red, I would get him some actual cocoa butter to put on his skin because his skin is dry as hell. But that would be coupled with a What are those flasks called? The ever flowing flask, ever
Decanter of endless water.
decanter. Yeah, so decanter and endless water, but specialized
Booze.
into some cognac. There you go. So he like constantly has a stash of cognac on him.
You
That's
just
what I would do.
be completely shit faced.
Constantly. But
We would
as long
never
as he
know.
hits his shots,
It's
I'm
like
cool with
he's
that.
like a pool shark. He gets better the drunker he gets. Oh, right.
So yeah,
Aren't you seeing double? Yeah, but I got 2 arrows knocked.
it's a guessing game.
Yours like spending money on your things. Mine are stuff I could get like at a store at like one stop
Yeah.
shop. I'm
So
about
this
that.
would be like in-game gifts. Like I'm not getting you this stuff until I trust you fully, but those would be the things that I would give you if I could. Well, obviously I would work on Caleb's gift a little bit more because the book on how to raise your goblin child is a little offensive and still kind of mean. But I would get him something else. I just don't know what to get Caleb. He's like that dad that you buy for like Father's Day. You just like kind of get the standard thing because that's what's there, but you don't really know what he wants.
I imagine you would get him the how to train your goblin child, and it's very offensive, but you can't read, so you don't know. Like Caleb looks at
Exactly
it,
that.
goes
I'm
stuff the
learning to
page like,
read.
oh, this is really offensive.
I set myself up though because I'm learning to read, and now I'm going to have to learn two different languages because I have to learn Druid. So it's going to be great.
If I knew about Volred's skin thing or whatever, I'd probably pick something. But all I know is that he's like booze and killing things. Well, booze I can do. I like that question. That was a good question. I don't know who that was from, but thank you for that question. Really in depth. It is about 30 minutes in, so prepare yourself as I display to you the immaculate Gorbek's Lost Days spoiler. So if you want to go into the thing spoiler free, you probably have already seen spoilers for this stupid thing, so why are you even watching? Here we go, everyone. Hold on to your butts. Here we go.
I am unhittable, boys. I am unhittable.
That's a 23 to hit. Dirty 20. That is an 18 to hit. 24 is a dirty 20. The 16 to hit. So that's going to be an 18 to hit. 19 to hit you.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I said
you're
I was
right.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And that was it. Yeah, Gorbek clearly continued to Gorbek during his. It was really Bevo. That was Bevoing. That was not Gorbek.
Yeah, it's still quality things though, still quality. So I can't wait to see that live. I want to, well, not live, but I want to see it. I want to see it all go down.
That's I never say I am unhittable. That is just asking to just get the crap beat out of you.
Get decked, especially with Eric as a DM. It's like a challenge accepted. I'm gonna hit you with everything.
Just, well, now they just pulled aggro. Aggro's not a thing. It is in my game now. Never taunt me. Save spaces on adjacent with Jace only. Yeah, that was a spoiler. So again, debuts next week on Tuesday, the regular time. These are, from what I see, they're a little shorter than our regular 4-hour ones, so you get to go to bed early. But we'll be chatting in the chat for that one, so we all get to enjoy that one together. So, hey, someone tell Gander to get out of the adjacent with Jace chat. This is only for questions and mods. Oh wait, I just told him that. Excellent.
I was
For
like,
my
I'm sure
questions.
Candace watching.
Okay, on to another question. How long do you think it'll take before Izal evokes the coupon?
Ooh.
I mean, I don't have to use a coupon to stop him from doing something.
That's true. It's just the nice way of doing it.
Nice has
everything
a
in
reach
me-
of like 5 feet. A javelin has a range of 60.
Everything in me is like thinking that Gorbek's going to do something incredibly stupid really early on that's going to require that coupon to be used. But I'm going to say that Gorbek is actually attempting to change his ways. And Izal would be smart enough to use this on like an incredibly bad situation that Gorbek may be running himself into. So I'm gonna say I would say later more than sooner.
I don't know when I'm going to use it. It might be just something I collect. Like, cool. I wonder if I can get more of these. I'll start. There's a form of currency with Gorbek. You make him wager these things, so everyone just keeps getting them. I like that idea. That's a good idea.
It's actually a really good idea. That's probably the best gift that Gorbek could have ever given anybody.
Like,
was the nah or the no-go coupon.
The don't do it. Better cost effective than Electrum. That's because the coupon's worth something. Peace and quiet sometimes. Electrum, worthless.
Okay, honestly, the peace and quiet alone is very valuable. Very valuable.
Do I have to state to not do something and also be quiet, or am I gonna have to hear him fuss? Because I mean, I would just knock him out.
I think that's a conversation you're gonna have with Gorbek in game.
Wow, damn, sucks.
So it's never gonna happen.
I might just start hitting him. What coupon would your character give the party?
Oh, what coupon would I give the party?
Yep.
One free mom quote.
That's a good coupon.
I'm gonna say one free mom quote. Given whatever situation we're currently in, that point in time. So if you turn in the coupon, I have to give you something that correlates to whatever it is that you're dealing with at that moment.
It's more like a pop quiz. Like,
yeah,
coupon.
I mean, everybody. Yeah, no, literally. And Red is very good about being like, "Hey, Arthur, what would your mother say about this situation right now?" And so if you
entertained,
everything on the spot, it's so hard. It's so hard. But yeah, no, it's fine. That's probably what I would give.
I would probably offer like, use this and get one free thing lifted or something. I'll help you move. I don't know. I'm really good at killing things.
You're fantastic at killing things.
I'll carry something for, I don't know. One free test of strength. I want to make it vague enough so they can get creative with it, but not too vague where it's just, I don't know what this means. Because I don't want to explain a gift to you. Like, here you go. Go, whatever.
You just figure it out.
What's this mean? Who knows?
Whenever you need something, just let me know.
Let's go to public school. Find out.
Arthur needs to go to public school.
Arthur needs to go to school that is not Hard Knocks. Question for both of us. We had a lot of great Arthur development. What character do you want to see develop next?
That's really interesting because we had a lot of interaction with Caleb in the beginning. Gorbek just forces interaction, so we learn little bits from him all the time. Izal, I really don't know anything about Izal's background outside of her grandfather that she constantly mentions. And Gander had his dream shattered, and then we don't know anything about Volred. I would say honestly we have the least context regarding Volred. So I would say Red would probably be the next person, and then Izal afterwards, because you're the two that we know the least about.
I'm an open book. It's just no one cares. Like
nobody asks.
I'm not.
That was what happened to me in the last game.
I'm only good at killing things and being tough. So like, when are you gonna ask me about who I am? Well, I'm probably in the middle of doing something right now, and then someone else is Gorbek's usually Gorbecking. The Volred, we know one thing about Volred, and not everyone knows it. It's just you. Yeah. He's got a curse, and that's it.
Yep. So I would say Red would probably be the next person that I would want to see some story development on.
Find out during this 2 weeks so we could figure out something.
It's downtime.
Investigate Volred constantly. See,
only investigate Volred.
Sneak up on him. Like, what is he doing? I think he's asleep. He might be dead.
He's not asleep.
He drank that whole bottle of lean. I do not want a Mizak arc unless it involves Volrid.
That's true. That's true.
These NPCs
Honestly,
do shit
I'm
about
waiting. Mizak's just gonna come back as a swashbuckler rogue. I can feel it. I feel it, and I'm excited for it. But I feel like he's not coming back until like we need him. You know, like one of those random like the Avengers cameo in the game. You just like it's like, oh, now people are popping up to help.
Call in all the people you know. Like, hey, I've done that before. All right, now I can get to my questions really, because I did pretty much what everyone else was asking, because you know it's their stuff. They asked the good questions. I asked the dumb questions. What are your thoughts on the monk so far? 3 levels in, 1 level dip. How do you think it's going?
It's been interesting. I played a monk like, I would say like 10 years ago. It would have been like 10, maybe 12 years ago.
3rd
In
edition.
one of Eric's previous campaigns, and it was fun. But that was a 3.5 monk. This 5e monk is, I'm gonna say, to be honest, the monk class as a whole is a little underwhelming. As you start to go through it and start to live through it, I enjoy monks, like the stories behind the monk and how they get to their monk. Yeah, all of that. But I enjoy my character. I'm still 1 level off from being attached. I'm not going to get attached to Arthur until we hit level 5. But the Way of Mercy monk is actually pretty cool when you get into those dire situations where someone just needs to pop up real quick. And I've had the opportunity to use that a couple of times, and I think that that's probably the coolest thing that I've seen so far. But who knows? I don't know how far into monk I'm gonna go. I don't know how far into druid I'm gonna go. I'm still kind of playing that out as we go.
You did answer a couple of my questions just by answering that one. I think it was like, how long do you feel like going into monk as you're doing this? So I'll go into a somewhat related one. How do you rank your character out of all your other characters you've done?
Out of all of my other characters I've done? Okay, well that's a little. That's gonna take me a minute to think about the characters I've done.
Ones you've done more than like 2 times. So like
yeah,
one shot probably don't include those, unless you like the one shot character.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say my favorite character so far is Artemis. I feel like that is just like he's hands down favorite character to play so far. Then I would probably say Anaya was a fun one to play. But that one was just like magic items galore. You just literally hit everything. You do what you do, and you just kind of go in and have to figure your way out through stuff. Serpentine, the old Serpentine, is probably my 3rd right now. But I will say that Arthur has potential to be up there. Ooh, never mind. Hold on. Nock is the 2nd favorite character. Like, I just
you kept naming characters like,
yeah.
Is Nock that far
down?
You played Nock for 3 years.
Nock is my 2nd favorite character. So it would be Artemis, Nock, Anaya, Serpentine, with the possibility of Arthur becoming
the new Serpentine.
The next one. Tuki was a good one.
It looks like you're praying right now. You're like,
because I'm like praying I remember all of the characters' names. And then I honestly cannot remember my Rakshasha's name.
Rakasha.
That's what Eric calls my character, but I don't remember his. I don't remember his actual name. Rakshasha. But so that's how important that one was. So yeah, I would say that Arthur right now is 4th with a good chance. Well, yeah, 4th, tied for 4th.
I want to see Arthur go all the way to number 1.
I would like to. I would like to get that far. I have some really cool things planned for Arthur. But again, you got to make it. He's like, and we've shown signs of not making it. Of not making it.
There's a lot of squishiness.
We are very squishy and not a lot of healing at the current time being. So I am just concerned with our sustainability here in the next few levels, because these are
our
where
healing is pretty good. You've got Bard, you've got Gander could also heal. So that's 3. But your issue.
Okay, but how many of them actually heal?
Well, your Bard doesn't. Your Bard
Exactly.
uses a ranged healing spell. It's a touch spell. This is very inefficient. And then it's limited resources with the other 2, because artificers they're half casters, so they don't get the spells. They have a spell slots of a level 2 character right now, level 4. And then there's you, who uses key points, and you're all of what, 2 spell slots?
2 spell slots right now. Yep, two whole spell slots.
So, yeah, and well, I like Gander's turret, because the temporary hit point thing I really enjoy. I wish that it could do attacking, like have the form it could do all of them. I think it's stupid. He's got to pick one he wants to do, and he can only do that. That's dumb. I would change that, but because that's how I was operating. I thought that's how it was. It's a neat combo. But other than that, I mean, Gander shot up the damage ranks just by that. All of his damage comes from the flamethrower and the catapult. That's it.
What was the German name of the flamethrower?
The Flammenwolfer. It's Flammen.
Every time y'all said that, I had to turn my camera off. The Flammenwerfer?
Flammenwolfer. It was the Flammen.
But that was good. Yeah. Yeah. No, I still worry about. I have enough healing to keep people up, but I don't have enough healing to sustain people. So hopefully, as we start to get more spell slots amongst the other people, I won't cringe every time I have to use a key point to heal somebody.
I think our issue is we get hit a lot. None of us are AC based really, or HP based. Well, I'm HP based, but
You're HP based.
That's one out of. There's a lot of
a
lot of D8 hit dice in this party. That's what I'm saying.
I'll get there. I'm hoping to get there soon. We'll see.
There's a D6. 1, 2, 3, 4 D8s, and then I have a D12.
It's like,
this is a top heavy. This is very bottom heavy. This thing's got a big ass. That's how much D6 and D8s we got.
Assy Arthur.
Yeah. Question came in for Arthur, which is related to a question I put down. With that crazy combat, and you're thinking of backup characters. Do you have a backup character in mind? This question says, if Arthur died, would you make a cleric of Sky Daddy?
Sky Daddy. Get a slay men. Yes. Actually, I didn't think of a paladin. I was contemplating revamping the character that I ran for that one shot. Adrian Sampson.
Is that the rogue?
I meant the rogue paladin. Yeah. He was just fun to play. He was just intriguing, talked his way into things, talked his way out of things, and still got in trouble, which was great and fun for everyone. But consistent was really the bigger thing for him. So a cleric of the Sky Daddy would actually be kind of interesting. I should probably really talk to Eric about how to build that out, or some of the other DMs that are in the group, just so we can see what that actually would mean. But no, the backup character that I rolled was actually a sorcerer. But I'm not going to go into exactly what kind of sorcerer might pop up, just because you never know. You might see him in a couple of episodes.
one next fight. Next fight will bust him out. Who knows? You know what this party of D6s and D8s need? One of those D8s turned to a D6.
Yeah, we're just gonna jump down to
Shit, the
down to a
average is going the
D6.
wrong way.
I mean, I could pull a fighter.
Nah, that's Aaron's job.
I know.
The
That's why I
fighter
was
is
like, no.
reserved for him.
It's literally, if we ever have another backup character for Aaron, it's probably going to be a fighter or some derivative of fighter, which is okay because we need support healthy people.
Need that HP, that D hit die to go to the other way. Go to D10.
just a little bit to the opposite
Some
direction.
D10s out there. You could go Ranger. Sorry, kind of choked on that one.
Yeah, no. I really, they need to do something about the Ranger class. I really hope that they improve that. Because it's just sad. You could be a better ranger by being a fighter or a rogue, and it just doesn't sit well with me. I want there to be something so much more.
I've played a ranger, but it was purposely made to be stupid. So as long as you don't care about being good, you're fine as a ranger.
Yeah.
Embrace, as our friend Tater says, embrace mediocrity. He's never said that, but he probably thinks it when he's making his characters. Like,
That's fine. Well, yeah, because he plays min. He plays min characters.
They're fun.
Constantly.
They're fun though,
and it's great. It's the best things. Kolto, my little squishy.
You can work on your character. Yeah, because you can't do anything else.
You literally cannot do anything else.
It's like, I attack. Yeah. You can just roll the dice now. They're probably gonna miss. Here, just do free damage. Roll some d6s. I'm fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, you did 12. So proud of you.
Hey, damage is damage. If you whiff as much as Arthur does, damage is damage.
You whittled it down to 500. Good job. That's the Warlock does 58 in one shot. Oh, shit.
Absolutely.
On to another question. That was it for the chats again. They popped in with that one. Do you think you'll ever see Momo's character again?
Yes. I feel like, again, it's one of those like Mizak kind of situations where I feel like when we need that character to pop up, that character is going to pop up at some point. It's supposed to be only for like maybe one episode, but we'll drag it out to 3. But I have a feeling that's not the last time that we will see Indy. Arthur's got a lot of growing to do before we see Indy, but I think we'll see him again.
We'll see him literally pop out like the water one time, like at level 8 or 9, and you just knock the crap out of him.
Just gonna deck him.
Not because he's an otter, but because you were frightened. But then also you hit him again. He's an otter.
Yeah, but then I heal him on the otter hit. Like I'm like, okay, I actually have to be better.
Heal. Flurry of bluff. Heal you, sir. We have a question that I have for this one. Because you've answered this off stream, but I wanted everyone to know this. The story of Arthur's issues with otters, how much of it was any of it thought of beforehand?
Absolutely none of it was thought of it beforehand. I was not ready for Caleb to ask me that question at this point in time. So absolutely none of it was thought of beforehand. I just knew some small facts about otters again because of Momad's fascination with otters. He's thrown some random facts out. So I was just kind of pulling things together in my head and trying to make it make sense. It didn't make sense, but we got there.
As you're describing it, I was just picturing like the gifs that we have in the chat. It's like, it's probably coming from this one. He's just pounding on shit. It's like, it didn't bite you. That's just an otter.
No, I had seen a video of an otter trying to crack open a shell with a rock. And so I was like, okay, cool. Like we can build off of that and just go from there.
But what if there were 30 of them? That's terrifying for almost any animal. Like,
yeah, that was I just imagine the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario.
Like a horse. Aw, 13 horses.
If they're running away from you, that could be kind of majestic.
What are they running from?
You.
What if they're running towards you?
then that's a stampede, and I'm concerned. Like, we need to leave.
You start to get out of the way, they just turn towards you. It's like, I think they don't like you.
Yep, absolutely.
Time for 2 truths, 1 lie, where you tell 2 truths and then 1 lie about your character. Make them somewhat believable, hopefully. That way we don't obviously pick out which one's a lie or which one's the truth. It's like, Arthur can punch people. It's like, well,
yeah, I got you. Okay, 2 truths and a lie. Arthur doesn't prefer the taste of alcohol, which means that he avoids drinking it whenever he gets the opportunity to. Arthur has actually been to all of the islands on our map. And then last one would be Arthur's father is the person that sent Arthur to the monastery.
Ooh, those are good. They're very ambiguous. I already did it. I'm not doing it again. I did it the first time.
So
They're just all truths at some point. It's like,
No. Am I supposed to tell you which one?
no, it's supposed to be
Okay.
ambiguous, so no one ever knows until it pops
All
up in the campaign. It's like, your father died before you were born. It's like, oh, it's impossible. So, like,
Go back to
it's in his will.
episode 23 of Adjacent with Jace to figure out which one
It
of
was
these
that
is
one.
a lie. It was that one.
He really has been to all the islands. Like, oh. Oh, well. It's near the end. I would like to ask you the question of top of the dead pool. If you'd like to change your vote based on Gorbeck continuing to be in Gorbeck, it's completely up to you. But with him back in the party, who is the lead for the dead pool for you? Who dies first?
Yeah, Gorbeck's always the lead, so I always just kind of give you my second pick at this point, just because it's better,
It's good strat.
like, just to figure it
Like
out.
a parlay.
I still think Calum is going to die first. Like, I just have this guttural feeling that Calum's not going to know, but he's going to step in the area of some random enemy, and we won't know that until the enemy pops up. And then Calum gets swatted for like 50 points of health, which auto kills him because, it's
Wizard.
a Calum. He's a wizard.
Double a Calum.
It's double a Calum. So I honestly think it'll be Calum, followed by probably myself, because
Don't you have
I run
one
into
hit
places.
point more than him?
I do for now. Let me get to that next level, and then that will change. But yeah, it'll be me like as third, because Gorbeck's always at the top. But that's because I run into places trying to heal people when I have literally no health. So I will probably get swatted and get killed next.
What is your Constitution modifier? If you remember that.
Icon modifier. Is it a 2 or a 3? I had to give because of my multi-classing, I had to give up putting out live in the Constitution. So yeah, I haven't done an ASI yet, to be honest.
Yeah, you're level 3-1.
Yep, because I haven't had a chance to. Constitution is a 2 for me.
So your average is 7.
Yep.
But Kilmo could get lucky again and roll a 6. You can continue to be 1 above him. He got a 6 last time, I believe.
But the reason why I keep saying I will be attached to Arthur at 5th level is because I do plan on going into another level of Druid. At that point in time, I can wild shape and have some additional health points that I don't necessarily have to worry about. So that's why I'm like, okay, just get to 5. Hopefully get to 5.
Just one more.
Just one more level. Just one level.
Hey, I get 2 attacks then.
I love that for you.
Yay,
I do.
I can swing an axe again. Whee!
Okay. But yeah, so yeah. I'm low on the health pool right now, but I'll have some bonus health points relatively soon.
And time for the end question. It's near the end. Could you go ahead and roll a D percentile? We're aiming for the lucky numbers of 69, 22, 42, and 47.
Wait, why 42? What happened?
Because that's like the number of like life or something from a movie, Hitchhiker's Guide.
Oh, okay.
42 is the answer to everything.
I got it. It says 70.
70? Ah, one.
70.
One off.
One off. One off.
You have disadvantage.
So close to that 69.
So we got like 3 of them that were below 10. Stupid. And
now I got to cheers to keep up because
you refuse
Taylor's
to
been
let
beating me in
Taylor.
cheers. Well, no, he could be in first. I lost my second place in cheers at one point, and I was like, "What do you mean? Who cheered more than I did?"
Always Tater.
I know it's Tater, but like I think Britnick Studio had second at one point, and I was like, "That's great, but also kind of offensive." I was like, "I've been working for this."
Okay. Well, and we got about 2 more minutes. I can ask you a quick question if you would like to do it.
Let's go.
If you could make a magic item for Arthur, what would it be? What would it do? Damn, Britnick's got it there too.
Still third. This is. So, do you remember?
Yes.
We had a old staff that was white and made of ash tree.
I'm familiar with this story so vaguely.
Yeah, this white ash staff. Because obviously Arthur needs another quarterstaff because this one that he's using is not working for him. But yeah, I would try to do the white ash staff. And to be honest, I would just pack it full of healing spells. Like at this point, just pack it full of healing and nature spells, or something that like maybe mold or like mold stone, mold earth, or something like that.
An earthen staff.
Yep.
White ash
Yep.
staff.
That white ash staff.
I almost put something like that in the intro for you, but like, it's getting convoluted. It's already hard enough to say this shit. Thank you, Ari, for coming on. That is the end of the show. Once again, thank you, chat, for coming in here and asking the questions, so I don't have to, but I do have to repeat them. Again, next Tuesday, the Black Tower Stories Adventures in Athoria will be taking a break, and Black Tower Stories Gorbek's Lost Days will be taking its place. So you enjoy the chat. I'll be chatting in there. I won't be on camera, and hopefully other people will be there. We'll all react to it live to see what the heck Gorbek was doing during those weeks he was gone, followed by the Adjacent with Jace coming up after that one. Thank you all. This has been Ari and Jace, the coolest combo since Mike and Ike's. I don't know. That's why I don't ad-lib shit. Just write the stuff down like I normally do. Good night, everyone, and see you next Tuesday. Oh, wait, hold on, no.
You have to play the clip.
Play the clip again? All right, I'll play the clip again. Luckily, I got this cool button I can push.
I am unhittable, boys. I am unhittable.
That's a 23 to hit. Dirty 20. That is an 18 to hit. 24 is a dirty 20. The 16 to hit. So that's going to be an 18 to hit. 19 to hit you.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I said I was
right.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Walking hand in hand on the ocean floor, down deep we wonder. Louder we sing, no there is no cure.